On the 1st of June, General Motors filed for bankruptcy. But once upon a time, it used to be one of the biggest car makers in the world, giving us icons like the Oldsmobile and the Corvette Stingray. We make a trip down memory lane to see where it all went so badly wrong for Big Auto.
It was the biggest car company in the world. Now, General Motors is on the verge of bankruptcy. The company declared losses of over £18 billion last year.
The U.S. car giant General Motors has declared itself bankrupt.
On a sad day for Detroit, this once mighty organisation is set to become the largest industrial bankruptcy in the history of the United States.
This is his fault. Kind of. That right there is William Durant. In 1908, 100 years ago, and oddly enough, just 12 days before Henry Ford rolled out the Model T, this man founded General Motors. And then he really got to work.
So in case you thought General Motors only became this oversized behemoth recently, think again. By 1909, Durant already owned Cadillac, Pontiac, and GMC trucks. Or did I mention he already owned Buick?
Surprising as it may seem now, back then GM was pretty much at the cutting edge of technology. It took the world from notoriously difficult hand crank starts to the electric self-starter, an innovation that was as important to the spread of motoring as, say, roads or petrol pumps.
And yet, GM's glory days were only just beginning. Thing is, by 1948, they'd started dropping these giant V8 engines into their cars, which meant that GM's golden age, and more importantly, the age of muscle cars, was just beginning.
This was when GM gave the world some of its most iconic cars ever. These were more than cars, they were seismic events in the evolution of the auto industry. We got the Bel Air, the epic Corvette Stingray, and of course, the Pontiac GTO. They were the sort of cars that fueled millions of dreams, lit up a bunch of movies, and just generally got your heart pounding. They were brutal, but they were beautiful.
Got to 1979 and General Motors had over 6 lakh employees, making it the largest private employer in America. But it really was the last days of disco for the company because the party was coming to an end. I mean, muscle cars are one thing, but as an oil crisis loomed large over America, GM was investing in something far worse. The SUV.
Suburban, Saturns, and GMC trucks were what GM offered. On paper, it made sense. A giant car to take your entire family, dog included, on the mother of all school runs. But with oil in short supply, people just preferred smarter, more frugal Japanese cars, which were flooding the American market. General Motors knew it needed to respond to the challenge by building something smart, economical, and cheap to run. And so they built this, the Hummer, a car originally designed by AM General for the military. In 1999, GM bought the brand and decided that every rapper on the planet wanted one. No surprise then that by this time, plants were shutting down and workforces were already being cut. The writing was on the wall. A company that was once at the cutting edge of technology, that had been one of the world's biggest car makers for over 70 years, was now hopelessly out of touch, making rudimentary, almost backward behemoths in a world that wanted the exact opposite.
In 2008, the price of fuel in America hit $4 a gallon. General Motors and its fuel-guzzling trucks were sunk. They went to the government saying that they needed $18 billion just to stay afloat. The government gave them $13 billion. The company's annual loss that year, the exact opposite, $31 billion.
The GM that many of you knew, the GM that, in fact, had let too many of you down, is history.
And now GM says it wants to reinvent itself. And let's face it, it'd be easy to write off the fall of GM as a good, if bitter, lesson about what happens when you don't adapt in the face of change. But it's so much more than that. It could mean the end of an entire era, the end of an entire method by which cars are made. If General Motors wants to come back, it's going to have to trim some serious fat. And it'll really need to make a Camaro that can do that.
That's all we have for you on this week's episode of Times Drive. I will see you guys next week. Till then, drive safe.